Hey guys, so today we're going to talk about the different types of lapels, how to wear them, and when to wear them. So today we've brought some of our favorite lapels, peak lapel, extra peaked, notched, and a shawl collar.
Basically, the lapel kind of came from a jacket. Like literally a suit jacket used to be a jacket. If you pop up most of your notched lapel collars and you put them together, they would button all the way up to the top like a Mandarin collar type.
You also look like a trooper on Star Wars.
Right, that's what I'm saying. That's where this is the original jacket. So you button all your 6 buttons. This button up here where your lapel flower goes now was actually the top button, and it would look somewhat like this. And then in the summer, people realized we don't need these 4 extra buttons up here. We can just fold down the collars and have 3 buttons, 2 buttons down here, and we have a suit jacket.
Because it was so hot, can you imagine wearing it buttoned up all summer?
Exactly.
So you take it down and bam, you have lapels.
Exactly. And so basically all other lapels kind of evolved from this notch lapel style. So people started to have a little more fun with it. They made some peaks. They changed the collar to a shawl collar, and then it just all kind of evolved from there based on, either where you were or what kind of fashion statement you wanted to make. So notch lapel is like your standard, pretty much you'll be safe in almost every situation.
Yeah.
You're not making much of a statement with a notch lapel. It's kind of like your standard suit.
Well, I think it should be your first suit, your first jacket.
Definitely.
Should be a notch lapel.
In navy or dark gray.
Yeah.
Because if you're only going to have 1 or 2 suits, navy and dark gray, notch lapel will get you through every situation.
Pretty much, yeah. It got me through all high school.
Weddings, interviews.
Everything, dude.
You're set. So here we have standard notch lapel and some simple rules when it comes to lapels in general, based on whether they're peak or notched. It doesn't really matter. If you're a skinnier guy, you can work with skinnier lapels. If you're a bigger guy, stay away from the skinny lapels because it's not going to look proportionally correct.
No, yeah.
So
I think that's essential, guys.
And if you're a thinner guy, you can wear wider lapels too. It'll broaden you out a little bit, make you look a little bigger. But for us big guys, the 1-inch lapels aren't really doing so much. They're doing more bad than good for us. Let's just say that. Another pro tip when it comes to lapels is you want to keep your tie width similar to the width of your lapels. So wide lapels, wide tie, thin lapels, thin tie, which brings us to our next suit.
And now we have your standard peak lapel. This right here can be recognized by the peakness on the tip of the lapel, I guess you would say.
Yes.
This right here is more of a statement though. This is a double-breasted pinstripe, really bold. So peak would be a little bit more of your dinner, your night out, a date. It's a statement in its own already, so you don't have to overdo it.
Right. This pretty much is your Wall Street Gordon Gekko power suit kind of move.
Yeah.
Whether it's chalk stripe or not, it's still a kind of a power move to have wide peak lapels because it's going to make your shoulders broader than they actually are. It's going to give you more width up here, and then it's going to really accentuate the V that you're looking for in any kind of well-made suit.
So guys, this is my blazer. As you can tell, I'm 162 pounds, pretty thin. This right here makes me look like I'm 180 pounds, and I have broad shoulders. Right away it's going to give you that V shape that every guy wants, but guys like me cannot have. You could wear it as a suit or with denim, preferably dark denim. But yeah, this is great for like events, great for like a night out, like I said.
Another pro tie tip with this outfit right here, I would say you want to go with a wider tie, but you want a tight, thin knot, like kind of like a 4-in-hand or a Prince Albert right there. So you get a little tie knot that just kind of gives you some space between the collars.
With a nice dimple.
And then a nice dimple, and then just that little fat tie that'll come, just flop right down there. Just
very
perfect.
Very Italian.
Very Italian.
Yeah, which brings us to our next lapel, which is the extra peaked.
Right. The extra peak is obviously a peak lapel. You can see it kind of coming right to a peak, but what makes it different or extra is that instead of meeting at the collar like the peak lapel does, the collar comes straight and then the peak lapels come past the collar. So it's a little wider. Basically, if they would have just extended this out here, it would be a peak lapel. But what makes it extra is that they cut this in and let this out there. So it gives a little extra flair. This is definitely going to be the statement that it's not just your standard suit you bought to work and happened to repurpose it for out to dinner. This is like, I bought this specifically to go out to dinner. Recognize.
Recognize.
And another collar that makes a huge statement is the shawl collar. So the shawl collar is also one of those statements that no matter what event you walk into that you're wearing it, people are going to be like, that's a nice jacket. Because it's something you don't ever see. It's a little different. And most people like different, or at least find different a bit interesting.
Yeah, it's more of your James Bond. It's like a beautiful take on a jacket. It's still manly, but it's very
Soft.
dandy. Yeah, very soft.
And this is great for the bigger guy too, who, you know, kind of doesn't want to look too like cut and pasted. This will really like smooth everything out. Makes a little bit of a different statement. You can wear a nice bow tie with this. It's a really good collar for a bow tie.
Very formal.
Mm-hmm. So this is this is a tuxedo jacket right now. So it's your formal events, your black tie events, your weddings, your personal weddings.
But I want to say 9 out of 10 times shawl collars are going to be put on a tuxedo jacket because they're intended to be like the utmost formal of the jackets, you know, of the lapels.
We've been seeing shawl collars become more acceptable in even everyday suiting.
That's
so like
right.
you'll find like a navy suit or like a red suit or a patterned like plaid with a shawl collar.
Which is kind of cool.
I dig it. I mean, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. That's just, it started in a formal aspect and it's kind of making its way casual, as with peak lapels becoming more casual. Like I've seen people wear peak lapels with denim, and you know, you wear this with denim all the time.
This is denim.
Exactly. So, I mean, the rules really don't apply much anymore, but those are the basics. That's how everything started. Thanks for watching our video on lapels. We're going to have a little quiz up in this corner. Not really a quiz, but a poll on what collar you prefer. So give us a vote. We'd love to check that out. And thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe. Like us on Instagram at Gents Lounge. Hashtag your pictures, hashtag Gents Lounge. And don't forget to check out gentslounge.com. Thanks, guys.